Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video on Balboa. I've been wanting to make this video for a while, but pretty much we're going to be talking about the dark side of anime defenders and why they really have their player count they have, and just why I think this game will start a really bad trend with Roblox, and I think this is just the start of this bad trend that we have. But you guys can see 220,000 players on anime defenders. Now keep in mind, this is an anime style tower defense game. We have never seen a game that is an anime tower defense game with this amount of players, and there's a reason why they have that amount of players, because the amount of alt accounts. You guys had seen the thumbnail as well, but yeah, just the amount of alt accounts on this game. And keep in mind, this is public servers. Like, this isn't even private servers where most people actually have their alt accounts. On your screen right now will be one of my friends. I DM'd BC. He's a YouTuber for this game. Like one of the most popular YouTubers. I asked him, how do you play anime defenders? And this is the screenshot that he sent me. It is him with literally 12 alt accounts. So the actual player count of this game is probably like 40k, 50k, which is like kind of what is to be expected of a really popular, anime style tower defense game. But yeah, this game has 230k basically at all times because they promote. It's not like the community is just like, oh yeah, we'll alt farm. No, the progression is so bad in this game that they basically promote you to alt farm, which why wouldn't they? This amount of players means that they are getting paid like crazy right now. Because if you guys don't know, basically Roblox pays for however many people are on your game. And if they have this many people on their game, yeah, GG, bro. They're fucking rich right now, I guarantee it. And then they're selling VIP and stuff like that as well. Yeah. I mean, the money farm is crazy, but I can't blame them. But at the same time, what they're doing is publicly showing that you guys can do this. As a developer, you can make a game that literally just has your community purposely farming alt accounts, making them more money in game, making you more actual money. So yeah, developers are just going to go rampant with ideas like this because now they see that it's actually possible to do this, and your community will do it because you guys can see how many alt counts are actually on this game. It's absurd. But yeah, real quick, I do want to point out some actual facts. Okay, so this game has 230k with 260,000 favorites. Now, if we compare that to a game, for example, like Type Soul, averaging 40,000, like I said, my suspected amount of actual people that, are on the game has 246,000 favorites with an active player count of usually around 30 to 40,000. So that kind of confirms my theory where, anime defenders, the real player count is around 40 to like 50k. And it's just a lot of alt accounts. Now, you could look at the lights as well, but why wouldn't someone like the game on their alt account if it's quite literally going to get them more codes? That is my theory of why the lights are so high and Type Souls are so low, because obviously, the more lights the game has, the more codes they are going to get. So yeah, this game, I mean, game is game, bro. If you want your game to farm money while making other people, ruin their computers because they're literally destroying their system by how many alt counts they're doing, hey, that's up to you. But all I'm saying is, if you guys look at this game and you guys truly think that they have 230,000 players, you're delusional, because you can literally scroll down to the server count and you can see how many alt accounts. Now, like I said, there probably is some people that play this game legit and all that, but it's very unlikely. And another thing that I want to prove, like kind of use as proof, is the YouTube side. So everyone knows tower defense games farm YouTube. Even like Anime Last Stand, which was only getting like 15k players, YouTubers were getting like crazy amount of views, like 100k sometimes. In this game's views compared to players ratio is not great. It's not great, because this is like one of the most popular videos I've seen, like 150k. I believe BC had 150k on one of his as well, and like 150k is around the highest that I've seen for a game with this many players. Is crazy, because Project Slayers right now is dead, don't get me wrong, but at its peak, Project Slayers, I would say was getting probably like 120k real players on their game. And yeah, there's YouTube videos with like 2 million views. So this game, I mean, yeah, it's definitely not getting 200k real players, I'll tell you that much. You can just look on the YouTube side and see that as a fact. And another thing that I want to point out is, like I said, the most amount of views that I've seen for this game, keep in mind the game came out like a week or two ago, and the most amount of views is like this one, 150k 2 weeks ago, okay? Something that I want to point out is going to be my Type Soul starter guide. Keep in mind, Type Soul has around 40k players, and when it came out, when I made this video, it also had around 40k players. And I think the first 2 weeks, it got around, probably around the same, like 150 to 170k in the first 2 weeks, around there, maybe even 200k. But like I said, that's a game with 40k players. Like the YouTube side of Anime Defenders would be way more popular if they actually had this amount of players. And it's blatant. I'll put up the screenshot from Beastie once again, where he quite literally has 12 alt accounts, because that is what they are promoting you to do. The progression, the gem farm, you have to alt farm, which is literally botting their player account, making them more money. Like I said, a lot of developers are going to look at this game and copy it, because the same thing for the RNG fan base, the same thing for the, you know, the, what's it called? The Battlegrounds fan base. Like, people that alt farm will alt farm on any game. So a lot of developers are probably going to start having things in their games where you just can alt farm, and it will literally bot their player account. But it's technically not bots, because it is a real player. It's just not the real player's account. But yeah, it's just crazy that your progression is so bad in this game that it basically promotes players to literally boot up 12 accounts on their system, destroying their computers at that point, just to actually functionally play your game, because gem farming, progression, all that is just that bad for your game that they have to do it. It's the only way to play the game. I can't blame anyone that does it, because the way that this game actually works, it's so bad if you just play on one account that you basically have to install Account Manager and boot up 12 accounts. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of games start doing this. Other tower defense games, other games in general, it'll just be like the Battlegrounds and the RNG thing, where, you know, it'll just be copy and pasted. You'll see it in every game and nobody will really bat an eye. Nobody will think that it's weird, because, you know, this game did it and it worked perfectly fine for them. But that's basically going to be the end of the video. If you guys do want to see me actually trying out Anime Defenders myself, I am going to be doing it on Twitch today, probably for a few hours, just trying out the game, because the game itself actually isn't that bad of a game. It's actually a pretty decent tower defense, probably one of the better ones that we've had, but the progression is simply that bad, to the point where people have to play on 12 accounts at once just to get units. But yeah, that's basically going to be the end of this video. You guys can have your own thoughts inside the comments. If you think it's scammy, if you think it's whatever, in my opinion, I can't blame the developers and I can't blame the players. If the game is so bad that I have to alt farm, but I enjoy the game, I'll alt farm. But as a developer, if I'm making that much money by people alt farming, then I'm not going to delete alt farming. So I can't blame either side, but it is a little crazy that this game can literally just print money by having bad progression. But yeah, you guys, like I said, can have your own thoughts inside the comments. And if you guys do want to join up my Twitch, I will be trying out the game later today, probably in like an hour or two after this video drops. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed, like and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you guys inside the next one. Peace.